Chisanga Malata, the son here with a man who needs no introduction. You only need to take one look at as he walks in his house right now to realize who it is. It's the one, the only former UFC welterweight champion, Robbie Lawler. Robbie, how are you doing?
Good. How you been?
I've been good, thank you. I've been good, thanks. So, thank you very much for your time today. I really do appreciate it. Before we get into the meat and bones of everything and what fans want to know from you, talk to us about your partnership with Kill Cliff Energy Drinks and how that came about.
It's just a relationship that we had through a buddy of Dave Martin and mine. It just kind of blossomed. Ryan Bader does some stuff with the Navy SEAL Foundation. It's just kind of a great relationship. Killcliff and everything they bring to the table, doing a great job of helping us promote fights and get our gym up and running. It's just awesome, clean energy too, which is awesome. The green tea energy, I don't feel a crash, which is awesome.
That's good. I was about to say, because you seldom post anything on social media, so this stuff must really work if you are putting it in front and center of your social media.
Oh, for sure. But the taste is awesome too. But you're getting the green tea, which is like a smoother, you don't really crash after the energy boost. A little bit of vitamin B and B12, and it just feels good. Smooth too. Smooth taste.
So before I look forward to your fight in 2 weeks' time, I want to go back and assess 2020 as a whole for you. Obviously, you only had the one out against Neil Magny, but how was the rest of the year in general for you?
I mean, it's been good. Just focusing on getting myself better. All depends. This is a big fight coming up. Kind of gets me up, gets me training hard. He's a big name, a guy I fought a long time ago. So it's just putting in a little extra work. Feel good.
Yeah, you touched on that. Obviously, you'll be rematching Nick Diaz in a fortnight on Saturday for the UFC 266. You also mentioned it's a rematch a long time in the making, 17 years. I mean, is this a fight that you ever expected to come to fruition again?
No, I actually didn't really think of it. I thought maybe like 10, 12 years ago, possibly, but not 17 years later. But it's just been a long time. It's just, but it's a big fight for me, and UFC wanted to put it together, so he's coming to fight.
Yeah, and you touched on it. Obviously, even if you hadn't fought Nick's a big name, but the fact that you two do have history, it is a massive fight in that sense. And as you said, it's getting you up and motivating you more so than maybe in recent years.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity, like a big name. Just kind of, I spend a lot of time with my family, my son, so it's like for me to take time away from them to focus on myself. It has to be something big. So he's a big name, and I'm working.
Yeah, you said you thought that the fight maybe might get made like 12 years ago or so. Was that when guys were in Strike Force that you thought potentially that would happen?
Yeah, and then maybe like early on in the UFC, but like it never came to fruition. I like never pushed anything. It just kind of came when it came.
And how has it been? Well, I don't want to sound like I'm asking the cliche, how's your training camp question been, but how's it been preparing for Nick, considering the fact that there's been no footage of him for the last 6 years? We don't know what new tools Nick Diaz has added to his game. So how has that affected your preparation?
It didn't really affect it at all. I remember our first fight. Obviously, it was a long time ago. He's a different fighter. I'm a different fighter. But really, it was just focusing on myself, tightening my skills up, getting my body in shape, making sure my footwork's where it needs to be, and just working on my skills so that my game's tight.
And Nick obviously has been out the octagon, I believe, 6 years. Now, are you a believer in ring rust? Do you think that's going to potentially play a part in the fight?
No, I think it's one of those things that's just every fight's different. You never know what's going to happen out there. And I think he's also a guy who's been helping his brother off and on working. He's in the gym, he's doing stuff. So he'll definitely be sharp with his techniques. It's just, will he be able to implement those in the fight? We'll see.
And the criticism which has been leveled at the Diaz brothers over recent years has been potentially they don't really level up with their skills or what have you. Do you think that, especially with Nick's long hiatus, that might be the case for this fight?
I don't actually really focus too much on other guys and what they're up to and what so and so's saying. It's just I got to focus on myself, and I'm expecting the best Nick Diaz that could possibly be coming on the 25th. So that's what I'm focused on. I'm just thinking he's bringing his A game, and I have to be on point.
And obviously, I'm sure you've replayed the first Nick fight over and over in your head, nearly 2 decades ago. But have you watched it recently? And if so, where do you think that it went wrong that night?
He's obviously a long fighter. My defense wasn't tight at the time. He did a good job of drawing me in and countering me with a good right hand, which finished me. But even before that, he early on in the fight, he caught me with a nice 1-2 right down the pipe, and it's just his night. After that fight, I went on and did some good stuff in the next 10, 11 fights. So obviously, I've learned from those things and built on it. It's like when those things happen and you lose, it's okay. Where do we go from here? How do we get better? And that's what I've always tried to do. And that fight was no different.
And last question on this fight in particular. If memory serves me correctly, he seemed to be talking a lot of trash to you in the octagon. Are you expecting a similar thing, or given the fact that it was so long ago, that there won't be any animosity this time around?
No, I think that's just part of his game. He definitely makes it a very personal experience in there, and I expect the same thing. But it's just how he fights and how he gets himself jacked up.
And in May, it was the 17-year anniversary of the UFC debut. I'm not sure if you're aware of that or if you keep tabs on such things. I mean, since your debut, it's been like a hell of a ride career-wise. I mean, you fought in the biggest mixed martial arts promotions around the world, including Pride as well. How would you assess your career as a whole?
Just a roller coaster, ups and downs, but constantly trying to evolve, constantly trying to get better, and enjoying the ride. It's been fun. Had a lot of great experiences, and it's all good.
And what would you say would be the defining moment? Would it be winning the UFC gold, or is there another moment in there for you that is your favorite?
Uh, no, because it's not like necessarily defining moments. Maybe it's defining moments with for other people at the outside looking in, but it's more the all the effort put in, all the stuff no one saw, the wrestling, all the sauna workouts, all those types of things. Just the grinding for years and just trying to figure a way to get the job done. That's what this sport's all about. It's not just one fight. It's the 15 fights before that you had to go through training camp. So it's just part of the journey and the experience.
Yeah, but I was going through some of your old fights back in the day, but surely winning in Pride, and I can't remember which Pride it was, but you beat, was it, I can't, Villasenor in 22 seconds with the flying knee? That's got to be up there. Like winning in 22 seconds in Japan, which is, I mean, the mecca of combat sports and martial arts originally.
Yeah, no, that was a big fight. What was weird about that fight? So the rules were changed because that was when the Pride actually came to the U.S. So that one was in Vegas. So we couldn't do like knees to the head and stuff like that. So the crowd obviously was a little different than the Japan,
I
but
completely forgot
it
about
was a
that.
big fight because being in Pride, it's definitely a huge show. The arena was awesome. Lots of amazing fighters on the card. It was nice to be a part of the first Pride event in the U.S.
No, I completely forgot about that. My memory, so many fights absorbed. I completely forget locations and what have you. But
Yep.
you talked about big fights, and this one is, fans' perspective, it's a big fight because you've lost your last four fights. There were some close decisions in there to RDA, and then obviously the contentious Ben Askren fight. Do you feel that your back is up against the wall in this, and like, potentially you're fighting for your job?
No, I'm not too worried about that. I'm never too worried about that. I picture every fight to be a big fight. That's just how it is. If you're the first fight of the night, second fight of the night, it doesn't matter where you are. Every fight is important. Every fight you have to give your best and try to figure it out. And there's no pressure because it's a fight. Simple.
Fair enough. And I touched on it
Got
there.
to perform.
Very true. I touched on it earlier that you've achieved just about everything there is to achieve in mixed martial arts sport, and the biggest promotions in the world, one UFC gold. What are your current goals at this moment in time, given the fact that you have reached the pinnacle of the sport and you've had a fairy tale career?
I love competing. I love training, getting my body, just getting up for something. So it's just enjoying what I do, and another thing is I'm giving back to younger fighters, trying to teach things here and there, and make their lives a little easier
Is that something that you could potentially,
with techniques and just a little bit of.
is coaching potentially an
Yeah,
avenue
it's
for you down the
definitely
road?
something that I want. Yeah, for sure. It's that's what sport's all about. It's like somebody taught me these things, so it's all about giving back. It's just kind of the circle of martial arts and sports. You just use everything everyone else has showed you and try to give to somebody else, and then hopefully they do the same thing.
I wanted to get your prediction for Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington II, because you're in a unique position having trained with both men. How do you foresee that fight playing out?
Uh, I mean, obviously, Usman's top right now. Getting better, striking, cleaning up, and obviously has a really good base. And Colby's well-rounded. Who knows, right? But I'll give the edge to Usman.
And final question for me, Robbie. I really do appreciate the time this afternoon. How do you foresee this second fight with Nick Diaz playing out with UFC 266?
I just see a good fight. A guy, he's going to come out to fight. I'm going to come out to fight, and the fans are going to get what they're asking for. Just a nice fight.
All right, Robbie Lawler, thank you very much for your time today. I really do appreciate it. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and good luck in Fortnite Saturday.
Yep, thank you.